Good evening, everybody. Welcome to episode 133 of So What's Been Happening. It is Tuesday night, the 23rd of April. And tonight we've got a special one with the boys from Sin City. It's always good to hear anything to do with the place called Sin City and what it represents. So these boys been doing some great things from Auckland, New Zealand, touring the world, doing some awesome stuff in the world of Americana and rock. So we're going to chat to these boys shortly, but just before we do, we're going to just rehash a couple of gigs that are on for this week, get your kind of weekend started over the Anzac break. Tomorrow night you can head to the Cherry Bar and get out there and see Dead City Ruins and the Casanovas. That'll be a killer gig in Melbourne. And also at the Gem, where I'm kind of using as a backdrop at tonight, go and see Patrick Wilson for his last residency there on Thursday. And also just down the road, Lully Tavern, Willie J. Maxwell's doing his thing with the 6v6s again. So killer gig as usual. And then off 25th, you're also off to Shot Kickers if you can get down there. Peter Farnan and Homebodies, super lineup. This is a really quirky one, so make sure you get out there and see these guys doing great things. And then Friday 26th, go and see Emily South back at the Gem, this time with Slow-Mo for the last of her residency as well. Emily's just put out a new song, so get out there and do that. Kate Alexander also, this one's at the Old Bar with Al Matcott and Annie Rose Maloney, so plenty on. And then on Saturday, lucky enough, Ash Naylor is doing a acoustic set. He did one a week or so ago in Preston area, and he's off to Footscray this weekend to do one at Cocoa Bananas. So Ash doesn't get to do too many acoustic solo gigs, so get out and see that one. And if you're into art like we all are, we covered off the Benalla Street Art Festival a couple of weeks ago, get down to Morty Alec. The big wall-to-wall festival's on. So probably a dozen or so artists from around the world getting together and doing some massive street art murals during that week. So always a good one. And then the last one I want to talk about is the Sunday Arvo. This one kicks off about 1 o'clock-ish. This is what they're calling the Super Terrific Happy Hour at the Northcote Social Club. Killer lineup on this one. Headlined by Hard-Ons and Clam. But make sure you go out and see this one. The bands kind of kick off about 1 and it's going to be a late one. So get down to that one. But tonight, it's all about the boys from Sin City. So here we go with a new album, Another Round. Let's bring the boys up for a chat. Welcome, boys.
Hi.
G'day.
Hi.
Great to have you on. Part of a great night. It's kicking back on the couch. Pretty good way to do it if you're not playing music.
Thank you for having us, Aaron.
No problems. Episode 133 tonight. We've hacked through plenty of artists, and by no means are you last in line. We've wanted to have a chat to you guys for a while. I've seen you guys at a couple of gigs. Just haven't had a chance to connect and put you on. So thanks to Chris Familton for connecting us and doing some great things as he does to get everyone together and have a chat about your life and your journey in music so far.
Yeah. Cheers to Chris.
Cheers.
Absolutely. Boys, it's been a busy little period for you. Plenty on out touring the new album. You've got one more gig coming up at the Shiraz Republic on the 28th. Just tell us a little bit about how the tour's gone. There's some great venues in amongst this. Obviously, the Enmore, the big standout for me. How's it been?
It's been good. It's been highs and lows, peaks and troughs. But yeah, the Enmore Hotel show definitely was a big highlight.
Yep.
That just absolutely went off. The show at the Tote was really good too. Yeah, been having a lot of fun. Drinking far too much.
Selling plenty of T-shirts and
right.
meeting lots of new people. Yeah, but mostly drinking.
Which, they go hand in hand.
So
just on that, obviously, I've got to touch on the favourite drink of choice. What's the must that must be in the rider for these shows? Well, things you can say anyway. What has to be on the rider?
A healthy meal.
Are you eating before or after the show, boys?
A bit of both, really. Maybe a salad beforehand, and
a salad before the show and a kebab at 4 a.m. afterwards.
And then a pie on the road.
We sampled a lot of pies around Australia on this tour.
Yeah.
Was there
we had a pie before the show in Adelaide? That was a bit of a mistake.
Yeah, we
made us all sick.
We had to try the famous Adelaide pie floater, and it's not for the faint of heart.
I felt like I was floating.
Was obviously we did a whole episode about the famous meat pie, and it was a bit of a classic joke, and it got plenty of hits actually, and plenty of discussion. So, boys, out of all the pie journey you've just been on, was there a favourite amongst them?
Oh, jeez. What was that small town we stopped through on the way to Adelaide?
Border town?
It was Border Town. The pie in Border Town was excellent.
I like the one in the German village in Adelaide.
Oh, that was also good. The Harndorf pie. Yeah, very good.
But for me and Nick, it's all about the New Zealand pie.
Of course.
We're always chasing the dream. It's never as good as back home.
We have an extreme bias, to say the least. So.
And is it? I just got to cover this one off too. What is it? Is it sauce on top or sauce inside the pie? What's the plan?
I like to go and dry myself.
Yeah,
I raw dog my pies.
I raw dog my pies too. For me, it's made of sauce.
Yeah,
it's like putting sauce on sauce. But a lot of people like sauce on their pie. I would put it on top if I had to put it anywhere. So
yeah,
all right, there we go. So we found out a couple of little quirky elements to Sin City boys already.
Found out some sick things about us already.
Sick truths.
Yeah. I'm sure everyone wants to know about your pie journey. Let's face it. So, boys, what's life like on the road now that you're getting out playing gigs again? Must be some fun times, obviously, but it must be really exciting to be back playing music again. Kind of not necessarily full time, but at least every week and weekend at the moment, out touring a new album for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather be like making music and playing music than doing anything else. So, doing it several weekends in a row, I actually find it very fun, but it can be tiring,
Yeah. Every now and again, you get those gigs where there's like 10 people and you can sort of question everything about your life choice that's led you to this moment. But we're pretty good at still having fun, even when it's that kind of situation. So, you got to be having fun. Otherwise, why do it?
We're not just masochists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you get pretty sharp as a unit playing every weekend, 2 times a weekend.
Yeah.
So that's kind of good. We've been, honing our skills even sharper than they were before.
So when there's only 3 people there, it's just another rehearsal.
They get the best show of their lives.
They get the best show of their lives.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I sometimes I do feel for bands, obviously, when you get there and there's not many people there, but I also as a punter that loves seeing bands and sees about 150 bands at least a year. Mate, I absolutely love when there's not as many people there, so I get to lap up a bit more of the show. But there's nothing better than an absolute full room that's absolutely jumping, for sure.
It can swing both ways for sure sometimes, but it's good when people are boogieing.
Even if there's only a few people there, as long as they're really having a good time, it's okay, you know.
In fact, the Adelaide show we played was pretty full, but the audience were quite reserved. It was sort of a seated gig. And we found it quite strange. Whereas the night before, I think in Ballarat, there were less people, but they were all boogieing and dancing. So we had more fun.
Yeah.
That's just the nature of sit-down shows, I suppose.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, well, sit-down shows are tough. Tough for a band like yourselves when you want to play with so much energy. Yeah. All right, boys, we're going to kick off with one of your songs, Candy. We're going to play a little bit of the clip to get a bit of a feel for who Sin City are. Here we go.
Well, cheers.
Well done, boys. Is there anything better than candy? Let's face it.
I want candy.
Yes. I'm very fond of lollies. Yeah.
Correct. Of course. Now, boys, where did this one kind of come together in the recording process for this particular album?
The song, or?
Yeah, the song kind of, during the, putting together 12 or so songs, and I'm sure a couple, hit the floor on the way through that didn't make the album possibly. How did this one come together kind of in amongst the set list there?
We recorded it for the first album, And Nick, you didn't like the take of it.
I didn't care for the take of it. I didn't quite like the way it sounded in the first recording session. The first recording session was more catered to the country kind of sound, so it was a little bit trickier to like capture that song, which is a bit more of a rock and roll song the way I wanted to. So it more came together once we started playing live as a band, and then it was pretty easy to record.
It's become a live favourite
It's
since we moved to Melbourne and started playing it a lot, so it was sort of no question that we were going to have a stab at recording it.
It's great. That version in particular, super rocky, and it really goes off when you play it a little bit later in the set. Everyone's absolutely jumping by then. A couple of beers under their belt, and everyone's looking for candy left, right, and centre. So
it was funny for the single launch of that song because we actually unfortunately opened with candy when everyone was still outside having cigarettes and having a drink out the front of the gym. But by the time everyone had kind of flocked in for the set, we'd already finished playing
the song.
Candy.
They were screaming at us to play Candy for the whole set. We didn't know how to communicate to them. We've already played it.
I was ready to just do it again.
We should have just done it again.
We
should have just done it again.
Yeah, absolutely. Then again, they wouldn't have known, right? Only the ones that were in the room early. That were there.
Things, it's like how Danger Zone is really only on the Top Gun soundtrack once. It's in the movie like 20 times, but it's only on the soundtrack once. It's just one of those things.
Yeah, good point. And there's plenty of titles on that album. Obviously, kicking off with Gin and Tonic. Is that a favourite of yours, boys, drink wise, or is that?
I love a gin and tonic right after I get off stage because I'm often feeling pretty kind of sick from just giving it everything and singing, and I like to cool off from the stage with a gin and tonic myself.
It was also written during a very hot time, and it was the drink of choice in the extreme heat. Normally we're more beer guys, but
beer's the staple.
Beer
is our bread.
Gin and tonic's my favorite cocktail.
Yeah.
Mixed drink. Yeah.
Fair enough. And obviously a plethora of beers out there at the moment. If you haven't got your own beer, you kind of almost haven't made it in the beer industry, and also at a bar. Every bar's got their own beer now. Boys, since you've moved over and moved down to Melbourne, have you found one that's becomes your absolute staple that you must have?
I'm very partial to a Melbourne bitter because
I think we're all a bit Melbourne.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'd never tried it till I moved here. They don't have it in New Zealand or anywhere else I've lived.
Although we were just in Sydney and the Tui's old.
Yeah.
And the Reshes. I was loving the silver bullets.
Tui's new as well.
Yeah.
Cascade Blues.
If you're at the gym, just drink the gym lager because that's damn good as any big Australian beer. It's the Gem's lager, and that's particularly good. I've been enjoying that lately.
Definitely. Obviously to the Gem.
The Stingray Draft is good too. That's a lot of fun, isn't it? Yeah, sometimes you get that in the Rider. That's a good beer.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll talk about beer for hours, so maybe we should move on.
We've yet to have our own beer for some strange reason.
We will.
Breweries have currently overlooked this, and we hope that will change.
I can definitely see a Sin City merch pack containing beer for sure. It's just getting it out there, boys. Getting it out there. And getting it out there you are at the moment. Awesome to have a new album out. It's just one of those things that you kind of have to do and must want to do, obviously, as a muso, now that you put this together. What's next for you guys? How soon before you can kind of jump back in and start recording again?
We have been writing new songs, actually, and been rehearsing every Tuesday night and working them up. We debuted a couple at the Sydney show. They went down pretty hot.
A bit more rocking.
Yeah, they're a bit more kind of. Well, this record that we just put out is pretty pub rock, but these are like even more pub rock.
Right, we're turning the heat up.
Yeah, we really turn the heat up with them for sure.
Yeah, you've got to do something. You've got to change slightly, I reckon, on each album.
Yeah.
Not on each album, but as you go forward through the years, you have to slightly change your sound to keep coming up with new good songs.
Funky ass shit,
Yeah.
like every single
Like,
day.
as Snoop Dogg said, yeah.
This will probably be our new metal album.
yeah. By 2026, it'll be probably hip hop, and then by
Who knows?
2029, death metal. Who knows?
But it's all about finding the money for it, really, because
Sure.
we've just blown all of our money making this album. Well, not blown, but I guess it's a responsible way to use money.
Utilised our money.
Utilised it.
Utilised. Yeah. Well, you've ended up with an asset. An asset that you've just got to sell now, right? So, how important do you think? How important do you think having vinyl kind of in this part of this release has been for you guys?
Well, as very much a retro band, our music, it definitely appeals to people who buy vinyl, so it just makes sense to have it for us. Yeah,
it was also recorded like fully analog. The sound recording studio we did was just all reel-to-reel tape, mixed it by hand without a computer or anything, so it just sort of felt kind of criminal to not put it out on an analog format as well.
Yeah. I never feel like I've really made an album until I'm holding the
thing.
It doesn't really feel real. Otherwise, it's just like something on a screen, and it just feels like you haven't actually made something.
Yep.
Until you're holding it in
your hand. Yeah.
In fact, we're just listening to the test pressings of the record at the moment.
We got them back today.
Fantastic, and you're liking what you hear. I mean, it's pretty hard, with a lot of bands.
Awful music.
I'm hoping you like it, but it's a bit of a tough one. Like, it doesn't always happen first time on the first test pressing. That's probably been highly technical from a lot of bands.
We've definitely got some notes.
But I have to say, it is the kind of album that sounds better on vinyl. No two ways about it. It's the best listening experience is to get this on vinyl, I'd say.
Definitely.
Yeah, cool.
And because we put it out ourselves, that's all money that comes back to us. So, supporting a good cause, us hitting the gym, drinking lots of beers.
And it goes in a big circle. Just watch the money go round,
Yeah, absolutely. And while you're there, make sure you jump on the link tree for the Sin City Band and heavily get on Bandcamp and start buying albums quickly. And also gift a few to friends if you can too, because I reckon that's a really cool way to spread music. Gifting.
It's a perfect birthday present, Christmas present for someone who collects records. As a record.
We tend to find for men over the age of 60 would really like our music.
For sure.
And our mums.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, well, I hope there's good support from your mums. If they're not supporting you, you're in trouble. So they're always the ones up dancing if you can get them to a gig. So, boys, tell me about some of the influences, obviously, behind not only this record in particular, but between the five of you there, what else is been your driving influences? Let's talk early days first. Maybe growing up as kids, what were you kind of listening to, and what paved the way for you?
Quite a diverse range, I'd say.
It's
good and bad.
One of us, there's just too much, but. Yeah, I'd say we've all been fans of rock and roll, blues, and country, and also a lot of us have played punk music before in the past too. So I think we get a bit of the energy that we try to put into our shows is from playing with punk bands before and moving towards more rock and roll.
Yep.
Yeah.
In terms of this band, I'd say like Rolling Stones is a good key point, maybe a bit obvious. The band, Parsons,
Van Morrison, for sure.
Mink DeVille is a good one. I tell people because not a lot of people know Mink DeVille, but if you listen to him, I think you hear a lot of what we're
see where we're coming from,
what we're doing. Yeah,
I like the comparison with Elton John as well.
We've been compared to Elton John a lot. And I think that's like, I play the piano and I learned to play piano listening to Elton John. So I think that's the coincidence how it comes through. But we've even been compared to Billy Joel, because like it's very melodic songwriting and it's like the whole point is catchy pop songwriting, but rock and roll, so I can kind of hear the Elton John, Billy Joel thing,
Definitely.
Yeah.
We got Bob Seger the other day.
Bob
in Ballarat.
Seger.
I was like,
New
yeah.
York Dolls for Candy a lot.
Yeah, I've heard Alice Cooper, early Alice Cooper, people say as well. So
We mentioned the boss.
Bruce
Bruce
Springsteen
Springsteen.
is a massive thing
Yeah.
for sure for us.
Yeah. Oh, it's great to have. I mean, all absolute killer names there to be.
Yeah.
You know, it must be nice to hear people say that to you. That you know, they can hear that tone, and obviously, you know, whether you've been chasing that kind of sound in particular is kind of irrelevant, really. But you know, it must be great to hear your name in amongst some of those names mentioned to you.
It means we're successfully ripping off those artists.
Ripping off the grades.
Our notes were correct.
But we always do. The priority is always a good song over a good sound. So sometimes things might sound different, but what's most important is that we like the songs that we play.
Sure.
But yeah, the influences just come naturally.
Yeah.
It's okay. I lied. Sometimes it is going directly into it, thinking I want to sound like this person. But yeah, it's
Only sometimes.
only sometimes. Yeah.
You're always going to draw on your influences anyway. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we're going to play a little bit from She's Got No Heart. Let's play a little bit of this clip.
When she walks, clouds are rolling down the street. No matter where she's going, don't look her way, don't catch her eye. Just walk on, boy, pass her by. It ain't worth the try. She'll take you up high, and then she'll pull you back down. She'll take you for a ride, leave you stranded out of town. She'll tear you apart. She's got no heart. Oh yeah, she's got no heart. Oh, she's got no heart. You know that girl. She's got no heart. Yeah. See her drink her coffee liquor. She gives a wink. Who's trying to trick you? So don't wink back, don't tell her your name. You don't wanna play this game. It always ends up the same. She'll take you up high, and she'll put you back down. Take you for a ride, lead you way out of town, and she'll tear you apart, 'cause she's got
All right.
Yeah.
I don't like this. I've seen that.
Yeah, that's vintage. That's very vintage Sin City.
I find it hard to, which is great for you guys. I'm sure. I find it hard to even stop where, just cut a little bit of that out as I was putting it together. I've got to play the whole thing because there's so many elements to that clip in amongst your other clips as well. How important are clips for you guys these days? To put together, form another base or another way to express yourselves in relation to your songwriting.
Probably not till now as important as the songs itself.
Yeah.
But I think it's increasingly something that we're looking towards.
Videos.
Clips are good. It's a good way to. In other bands I've been in, the songs you've had a music video for are the ones that everyone knows at the show. But I almost feel like, I don't know, the way people consume music now, it's moving away from that. Like people don't go on YouTube as much. They're all on Instagram and TikTok and stuff like that. So I feel like it's slightly changing. It's more about the little 30-second clip of the song rather than the full song clip. But you kind of still got to do it, I guess.
People like to know what you look like.
Yeah.
Sure.
So it's good for that. So they can go just to confirm that you are actually the person singing the song, and they can see your face actually singing it. For some people like that.
Or you're a really good impersonator.
Or that, yeah.
I think with the Candy one, we wanted to keep it pretty simple and just kind of reflect like how the band are live or just when we're rocking out in a room together. I find overly complicated video clips pretty redundant these days.
Yeah, we don't want to make Thriller.
Yeah, very much so.
For other bands, I guess they like making elaborate videos. Good for them.
If you've got the budget for it, I mean, maybe we would be. Maybe we would want to make Thriller if we.
I want to make.
I have always wanted to be in a movie, so
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk covers, boys. Album covers. Talk to me about this one from another round.
Well, one of the most genius things about this cover is, as you can see, Andy is actually bringing over another round.
He's got another round in his hand.
Very convenient.
This is also representing a very real life thing that would happen, in that we would just sit at a piano and sing songs on a night drinking, right, guys?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
As we stare
Every
adoringly at
Tuesday.
it.
I really like the guy who did the cover, Jim Grimwade. He told me he was trying to kind of capture those, whiskey mirrors that they have. You find them in op shops all the time. And that was sort of the inspiration for all the kind of frills around the edges of it and stuff. So I really liked that. It ties into the theme.
Yeah.
It's a reflection of us.
Yeah.
Beautifully said. We must give a shout out to Jim Grimwade, who's doing some incredible posters for so many bands at the moment. He's very much the flavour of this year in relation to gig posters. He's
also
killing
the
it.
photographer behind that cover is a very skilled and popular photographer, Jacob McCann. He's
Blokes you can trust.
he's a bloke you can trust. He's very good at capturing our good sides, making sure he doesn't get the double chins too much in the photo. So
He's been taking some photos of some pretty big bands as well lately.
Yeah.
So it was good to work with him.
We must
Awesome.
apologise to him for doing the photo shoot on a sweltering
Oh, yeah.
40-degree day.
It was so hot. We were dying.
We picked like the worst day to do the shoot. We had to actually, this photo that we used was a second day because we just couldn't take any good photos in the heat.
Where was that? Where did you take it?
That is at
The Pinnacle.
Pinnacle.
Okay. Yep. Cool.
Piano, the tom piano they got there.
Yeah, we went and asked them, would it be okay to move that piano around and take pictures? And they were like, sure. But every time we were dragging it, we could see them behind the bar like, it's not on there.
You said yes to these guys.
Yeah.
And I've got to ask you about this one too, for Candy. That's going to become a classic. I hope that's going to end up on a tee, boys.
Yeah.
Not the first person to say that, actually. Yeah.
It's a must.
Jim's genius. Jim's total genius.
It was
there.
funny because I think Andy here was saying, I wouldn't mind, some kind of lips pop art kind of thing for the cover. And I didn't actually give Jim a brief at all. I just said, here's the song, and do something like, I think we were out of photos of us at the time. I was like, just draw something for us. And he pretty much created exactly the concept we'd been discussing.
Verbatim what
Just,
I originally said.
Unbelievable.
Or so Andy claims.
There could have been some backdoor dealings for sure.
It's become your Rolling Stones tongue shot.
There's definitely a little bit, but Andy Warhol, but Rolling Stones for sure.
Yeah, a little bit of both. Well, at least let's start with a sticker, maybe move to t-shirts over time. So
T-shirt would also be good.
I can see that around the traps.
Yeah.
And one thing I think you guys do really well is your album covers for EPs and albums. There's some really cool stuff here, boys.
Yeah,
great.
That one's my favorite there. I like that one.
It's all Jim Grimwade. He did all of them for
Yeah.
this, all the singles and the album cover for this record.
I like the "Am I the One You Love" one because it looks like a dragon cover.
It does. Yeah.
It looks like Ozambezi or whatever. No, the other one, not that one. It's the Something's Cooking EP was taken on a disposable camera,
Right.
and Jack
I
designed
designed that one.
That one's a home job.
It was
Nice.
homemade.
Lo-fi.
Lo-fi.
You would never know.
Homemade's good. Yeah. What's next, boys? Obviously off to Shiraz Republic on the 28th, and then what can we expect? What are you cooking up after that?
I think we're next show is at the Brunswick Ballroom May 2nd, supporting Brooke Taylor.
Brilliant.
So that should be fun. That'll be our first time on that stage, so pretty excited for that. And then a few of us are out of the country for pretty much all of May and a bit of June. So it'll be a little bit quiet from Sin City, but we're back in winter with a residency at the Gem, playing the last Saturday of every month. I think we've got a Cherry Bar gig July 12th. And there's more things cooking later in the year.
Yeah, we don't play golf or have any other
just
hobbies.
do this.
We just do this, so you'll see us play.
I think we might head over to New Zealand in November and give the home audiences a taste of the full-fledged Australian band.
Nice.
Yeah.
Have you guys been back to New Zealand with the band since you've come?
Not with this band.
Not with the proper band.
We used to use some mates over there. And we've done the odd trip and, picked the New Zealand band up again, but, they'd forgotten all the songs and we didn't have a keyboard for one of the gigs. It was it's not the same.
They're not as attractive,
Yeah. The boys pitching themselves.
One of them's my dad.
Yeah.
So
Several warrants out there already.
we're actually very excited to be hopefully taking the full band experience over to New Zealand because you can't forget where you come from. You can't forget where you come from.
Absolutely.
You guys been to New Zealand?
I've never been.
He's never been.
This will be my first time with the two most even tour guides.
And we can finally prove our point about the pies. Finally put it to bed.
We'll be gulleting some pies for sure.
It better be mind-blowing the amount I've heard about.
This pie's been
So is there a little sneak preview of when you hopefully can put that tour together, boys? Have you kind of come up with any dates?
I think
November.
November, like mid-November, I think.
Yeah, awesome.
Got some dates penciled, but we don't want to get anyone too excited yet.
No.
Get all
Boys
our
are gonna
ducks
get
lined up
passports.
first. and
But
then,
if you buy our
bam.
stuff, then we can go.
The more
Yeah.
money we have, the more real it becomes.
Do it for New Zealand.
Yeah.
There you go. Do it for Tour New Zealand. There you go. I can definitely see an ad campaign for you boys on Sin City, trying to get people back over to New Zealand and follow you boys on the tour.
Yeah.
Don't listen to us. Go to New Zealand.
Bit of a flight of the Conchords type thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Very exciting. All right, we're going to find one more here to play. I think I'm going to play, if you guys don't mind, By the River. You cool with that?
Yeah. That's
All right.
forgotten clip. Hell yeah.
Mm.
There you go. Here we go. Yeah. And it wasn't planned, I must admit, to give you that little last line there from you boys. I guess I'll just go back home. It wasn't really meant like that as far as boys. As Australia's a good place, and it's not like you have to go back to New Zealand, but you'd love to and take the boys back. And thanks for completing the look.
Imagine that, sent back
That's
from the
our
penal
tour
colony.
promise. If we can raise enough money to go to New Zealand, we'll make them stay.
He's actually been deputised by the government to take these guys back to New Zealand.
Yeah.
There's a challenge. We can deport them, or we can keep them here.
We had a review of, I think, one of our singles, and a New Zealand blog said, "Sin City are no strangers to our shores." So I think New Zealand have also disowned us.
Yes.
I think we might be people
not
without
looking
a
good.
country now.
We can rock out in international waters.
Yeah.
Just watch us.
Like the boat that rocked.
Yeah.
Boys, have you got somewhere you'd really love to play? If I could transport all you boys right now, jump in the plane and head to a country and do something big on one stage. Any big dreams of where you'd love it to be?
The Troubadour is like a dream venue for me in LA.
I think, yeah, somewhere in the States.
Didn't you say Vegas was really cool?
Yeah.
I really like playing in Mexico, but I'm not quite sure how Sin City would go down, but it would still just be fun anyway.
Absolutely.
Sweden, the home of ABBA.
Definitely. I can't find a place that you guys wouldn't take on board, and they would love you anywhere you are. You don't even need to understand English with some bands, and that's kind of a bit of a beauty of it when you hear some bands play and you haven't got a clue what songs and the lyrics are, but the energy and everything that goes with the band and the beauty that is music and guitars and every instrument that comes with it really has a special touch and a gift that you guys have got.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I have to say, I love a lot of French music, but I do wish I knew what they were saying sometimes.
Sometimes it's better that you don't.
Maybe.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And have you got one band at the moment that you guys either individually or as a band are really kind of locked into and absolutely loving, whether it be a new band, old band, local band, doesn't really matter, but is there someone?
Should we go around?
Yeah, go around. Yeah, go.
I'm a big fan of both Foggy Notion and The Breaks. Are both really doing it for me at the moment in Melbourne. Both fantastic bands and very like-minded in terms of just being kind of adjacent to country without being too purist about it.
Yep, absolutely.
I would say maybe the Nude Party coming out of the States. Been listening to a lot of those guys lately.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Crying the Boys for me.
Ooh.
Nice.
We played with a really cool band called the Flying Squad.
Yeah.
I reckon they're one
Awesome
of my top
band
bands.
from
at the
Adelaide.
moment.
Yeah.
Where are they from? Adelaide.
Adelaide, yeah.
Adelaide.
Yeah.
Probably the best band in Australia.
They were top notch for me. Also, Liquid Zoo out of Sydney.
Liquid Zoo
Oh,
was
yeah.
sick.
Yeah.
Liquid Zoo was sick.
I would have to say Bella White out of the States. I've been loving at the moment. Really great folk singer-songwriter. Incredible. So lots of great stuff coming out of
The
Australia.
Magic
and
Factory
America.
back in New Zealand as well.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Always loved the Magic. Adam Hadaway and the Haunters from New Zealand, big time. Out of Christchurch or Littleton, I can't remember. One of those. It's
Somewhere in
South Island,
Christchurch,
down
yeah.
south, southern South Island band. Amazing band. So yeah, a lot of great stuff out at the moment. But we're the best.
You don't get a name like Sin City without being the best. So there you go. Boys, I've got kind of one last question for you in respect of, we always ask this dinner table question. You're having a dinner party. You're all allowed to invite one guest, given there's so many of you. They can be living or dead, doesn't matter, and they can be whoever. It really inspires you.
We're having discussions in the car.
Let's go round again.
Can they be a non-human character?
Absolutely, yeah, it can be anything.
E.T.
Perfect.
Come back to me. Come back to me.
I would say Godzilla.
Godzilla's good.
This could be a good dinner.
He'd also become
What does Godzilla eat, Cam?
He's become delicious, you know.
Tom Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I heard him on a podcast and he sounds really sweet. And he also loves lamb shanks, and I like lamb shanks.
I would like Michael McDonald to be the entertainment. He could just sort of sit in the corners.
Any interesting answer? Boys?
I was formulating a serious answer, and now I'm so thrown out by what I've just heard that
Who was the guy in the Battle of Trafalgar? He gets shot.
Oh, Lord Horatio Nelson.
Horatio Nelson.
Ah, there we go. Yeah,
It's quite a lineup.
Yeah, it could be an interesting dinner party. But anyway, thanks everything tonight, boys. It's been fantastic to have you on as part of all of episode 133 of What's Been Happening. I just want to touch on the last one that you guys have had a recording and you did a session in, and I think these clips are so well put together. It was live at Fight Night.
Cheers.
Like that, to get a chance to do those kind of clips and be in that experience, just tell us a little bit about what it was like for you guys, and then we're going to play Love Comes in Waves actually to finish off. So just tell us a little bit about it.
I think at the time we were thinking about doing a music video clip, and we had a bit of money, and then I'd seen some of these Fight Night things, and a friend of ours, Phil, who was helping to tee some things up for us at the time, hooked it up. And I just thought, it's like a great thing to do, like those kind of live on KEXP things you see of bands where they're just in a room playing and it's really nicely filmed.
Yep.
And and they capture the energy the way that I think it's Joe Victory, the guy that films it, the way he sort of walks around the room. It's really nice. So it was really fun. And they record it all live and do such a great job. So
sound was great.
Yeah, it was really fun.
I felt like it was a really good way of getting a really truly good representation of what you see at a live show onto YouTube and onto the internet, so people can know what they're in for.
Sure. Yep. Yeah, I think they're fantastic, and we're going to finish the show with a little bit of Love Comes in Waves. So once again, thanks for your time tonight, boys. I know you'd be rehearsing. I've interrupted your rehearsal tonight, so I hope that's okay.
We tip our hats to you.
Thank you. I appreciate the hats. It's a great stuff. And we look forward to seeing you at a venue very soon. If you've got, if you're on the road this weekend or just coming into the end of the weekend, the 28th, you're up at Shiraz Republic.
Yep.
Please get up there and check the boys out. Arvo show, perfect. So get up there for lunch, get up there early, and then see the boys do their thing. And then Brunswick Ballroom the week after. Get out there and see that supporting Brooke Taylor. So thanks again, boys. Have a great week.
Thank you, Aaron. When we see you, we're all going to buy you a beer when we see you. We have to drink them all, so that's fine.
I look forward to it. Let's make it. We'll find one. Let's find one at Brunswick Ballroom.
Easy. See you then.
All right,
Thank you.
see you then.
Very fun interview. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, boys. Thanks for your time.
Cheers. See you later.
What an awesome chat to have, the boys from Sin City. And thanks to Chris Familton for helping put that together. It's great to listen to some young guys, inspirations to so many young musicians out there that get out and play with some mates and enjoy music, most importantly. And here is a little clip from Love Comes in Waves. And most importantly, get out there and see a gig. Get it to this place at the back at the Gem and get to a live venue like you. They need your money. And you need a beer. So get out there and see it. Enjoy. Catch you soon.
Standing where the mountains meet the ocean, salt air slapping in my face. I hope she don't get the notion I meant to cause her disgrace. And though the heart might take a beating, the blood still pumps through your veins. And I didn't mean to mistreat her, and I hope she's happy now, somewhere good somehow. And I hope she knows that love I've stopped drinking till I'm sideways. I've stopped talking, now she's gone. And I've walked the long, lonesome highway, thinking about her now that I'm alone. And though the heart might take a beating, the blood still pumps through your veins. And I didn't mean to mistreat her, and I hope she's happy now, somewhere good somehow. And I hope she knows that love comes in a way. Picture the barrooms and alleys where we shared our first kiss, as the current slowly carries me out past the harbor and the ship.